M0FXB, welcome to my channel, and here we are looking at a video that 2E0UKH put on his YouTube channel of this firmware made by R1CBU, and you end up with this display here. As you can see, it's very nice on the Xiegu. Okay, so I thought we might as well have a go at loading this up. We've got Bellina Etcher running, we've got the full image for SD card on this link here, and I'll provide a link. We're going to click that link, and then we're going to download the image like so. We'll save it somewhere. I've created a file that I've named R1CBU. So we'll let this run, and in a minute we'll load it onto using Bellina Etcher. I'll just show you how that all works before we move on to the next bit. So go Bellina Etcher is a free program that transfers images. There it is there. That's Bellina Etcher. And in a minute we'll be selecting it and sending it to the SD card and loading it to the radio. So here's the image here, and I've literally never done this. So we're going to send this image so we can find it, extract to, and I think I did create a folder called R1. There it is there, R1CBU. Click OK, and it will send it there. So now we're going to go back to Bellina, which is here. We're going to flash from a file, and it's not that file. We've got to find the file we just put that on, so it's desktop, there it is there, double click, we've got the file, select target, which is this, the SD card that's plugged into the laptop, and click select, and then flash. So once this runs through, you want it to validate and say no errors. Then we're going to put it into the radio and see what happens. You'll see it flashing there. It's quite quick. Right, well, back at the radio, we'll get the SD card. We put the SD card in its slot. And let's turn it on and see what happens. So you can use RUFUS as well for this. I used Bellina Etcher. And it does take a few seconds for it to boot. Just be patient. I'll leave it live so you know how long it takes. There you go. So see the way it took a while. Just turn it up. Now remember, I've never used this. Might plug in. I'll just plug in an external speaker. Always sounds better. So I watched a video by 2E0UKH Chris using this. Let's get the, not receiving anything there. Maybe it's a squelch. Power, mic gain. Not funny how I could hear it in a different mode. Let's go. The modes are changing here. So we've got LSB. It's very quiet on the. Let's plug in my speaker. Yeah, it's very quiet. Is it just because... let's go get some activity. That's RF gain. That's a bit worried that RF gain, maybe I got the RF gain too high. RF gain is 100. I normally have that about 50. Volume, filter. Got filters. I'm just pushing that knob there. Volume knob. Power. Yeah. It's just quiet. Let's go up to another band. change the steps. That's the thing that I'm getting. So unplug the speaker. Full volume. It's just not very loud. Let's turn it on and off. I'll just pause it while I do that. Okay, well, I'm not sure if it's finished yet. I've got the scope on. The volume is really low and virtually I can't hear it. But, you know, it's work in progress, isn't it? The volume, even at full volume, I'm not hearing it really much at all. Otherwise, you've got general. Push the general, you've got volume, audio volume, which that is the highest it will go. Filters, high, low, TX power. Yeah, it will go above 5. App, key, that's your keyer stuff. Volume, training mode, tone, speed. The message button's not doing anything. The filters seem to be working. And that, so, you know, it's just a fascinating radio, isn't it? Frequency step. Just the whole thing about the volume. It did have volume when I initially booted it. Preamp seems to work. Attenuator works. The band's changing works. It booted on 10 and that had volume, 10 megahertz. See that? You can hear some volume there. No top PTT. FM, the volume's quite loud. CW, back to LSB, up the bands. You can hear it, it's just in the background. There you go, let's get into... And the waterfall. So that's about it, really. So try it out, see what you think. Thanks for all the work that's been put into this. It's still very fascinating. 7.3, all the best. Bye for now.
A very good afternoon to you. As I say, we've got quite a little bit of QSB. You're going back into the noise, but all okay. Okay on the power. Well, I'm only using 100 watts, George. I can put the linear on, but I always find 100 watts is ideal. But I actually work at 30 watts, would you believe, sometimes. But I've just been...
So what I'm finding is that if you want to hear anything, you do need to get the RF gain to 100, I'm finding. Push the volume. Power does go higher than 5. Volume's at 50. RF gain, normally I have it about 50, 60. But if I go to
MD100
nice and high,
on a boom stand,
I can hear it. That's external speaker. That's with the internal speaker.
Confusion there, George. Living in
and go up the bands, change the modes.
The little cold bridge in there, Norman, which is.
There's 20. Do your steps here. Do 1,000 step there. Look. It takes, you know, it has to refresh. Not much activity for me. Go back down. Let's try the tuner. Now the RF gain there. Probably lower it on 80. There is a spectrum gain I noticed down here. And what do we press? MFK. Charger. Audio volume. Filter low, high. Power. Change modes.
In Newport. up in South Wales there, but not been down for a number of years now. It was on my mum's side, and my mum's sisters was living down there, but I think she's now, she's been put in a home, and I've not heard whether she's still in there, but
we get the
we don't seem
RF gain up nice and
nowadays,
high.
but yeah, okay on Bridgend. Well, yeah, I've been right the way down to Tenby, that area. But I used to do coast driving there, George, years ago. I've been retired nearly 7 years coming up this May.
Interesting.
So fully enjoying my retirement and play quite a lot of radio now.
Everything's there in front of you.
Do a lot of listening as well. So I thought I'd just come back for the quick call to you, as I'm about ready to go and have me lunch Friday morning. It's Friday and it's
Noise
normally
blanker.
fish chip day today, George. Traditional, that's I am. Okay, on moving down there from Glasgow. Oh right. Oh, I thoroughly understand.
Let's try the tuner. The tuner's loud. So it's just about setting the volume so we can hear it. I mean, the volume's there, as you heard with the tuner.
The second closest thing to where I live is Knowsley Safari Park. Knowsley Safari Park is the closest thing to where I live, Steve.
So, you know, it's amazing what you can do with this radio. Bye for now. 7-3, all the best.